And we're live on Fun Frolicking Friday.
Hello, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, wherever you're finding us. Welcome to Fun Frolicking Friday. I am Candace, and this is my fabulous hostess, Karezza. We are here every Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is a conscious, light-hearted variety show, initially starting in the heart of Scott Katanas and myself and several other love coaches of Love Coach Academy. And I'm really grateful to still be here exploring so many places inside of love in our hearts, in our life with all of you. On the note of Love Coach Academy, if you don't know about them, go check them out. There is a lot going on with Love Coach Academy and a whole new series of courses every Saturday. So check that out. And today, here on Fun Frolicking Friday, oh, well, before I go into all that, so I'm Candace. I'm in Manchester, New Hampshire. And what brings me here, I really wish I was one of those people that could give you a quick professional thing, but I feel like it changes every Friday. But essentially, the word frolic and my inspiration and my soul goal and journey of creating a sacred space in the world and in our bodies and in our relationships is really what brings me here. And my own desire to have that in my world and help others in creating that for themselves. And I personally and professionally have been really gung-ho living this life, the temple of frolicking life, for the last 8 years, taking people on journeys in one-on-one experiences as well as group experiences. And now here we are all in this virtual world. And I'm grateful we have these containers because I love going into these places, and I know myself and many of us are missing having human connection and having workshops and events and all the different things that we do that our hearts crave. So I hope that today our show and everything that we do adds to you and your world. And I would love to know who you are. Where are you watching from? What's going on in the world? So please do, in the chat box here, let us know. I can't see, but Karezza can. And so if you have any questions for us, big things that are up and alive in your world you'd like to bring alive in our conversation, just put it there in the chat box. And with that, Karezza.
Hi, everyone. Yes, my name is Karezza, and I created the Intimate Playground. I am an eco-conscious play, sex, and intimacy coach, and I help people evolve as a single and as a couple and create a more orgasmic, enriched life. Yeah, I also I work with Candace on events. We do pop-up events from time to time and regular events with the Temple of Frolic. And yeah, and if you'd like more information, you can find me at theintimateplayground.com. And yeah, I hope everybody's out there is having a great Friday and enjoying the Valentine weekend, whether you're single or a couple. It doesn't matter.
Thank you. I don't know how everyone else is feeling in the world, especially around it being this Valentine's weekend. I know for me, it's bringing up I'm a single person. So I am feeling this big urge to really love myself and create some juicy, nourishing, as well as healing experiences for myself over these next few days, which actually it's amazing divine alignment and timing, and how everything happens, because our event, that's coming up on the 21st, and our theme of today, it reminds me of the intention and the place that I find myself always going to, around Valentine's Day, whether in partnership or not. And that's that place of really dropping into, what do I want? What do I love? What do I enjoy? What do I want more of? What's in the way? What are the relationships I desire? And what's going on in my love and heart life, inside, in here, as well as with those in my field or lack thereof. um, and this practice, what, some people are very familiar with cord cutting. Maybe you're not. You can do a little Google search. In essence, it's a spiritual or energetic practice where you go inside and see where you have energetic or relational cords that are keeping you in places you may not want to be, that are just toxic or unhealthy, and essentially cutting that. And some people don't like that, and I totally get that. And that's why I feel like I created Tantric Cord Cutting, because it creates a more wholesome approach. If we're going to be cutting or removing, it would make sense that, we may need aftercare, or there's something else that we do want in replacement thereof, or there's something that we don't have. And so I bring the Tantra practices into the cord cutting practices to create both the experience of letting go, clearing out, and cleansing, as well as calling in and replenishing, and like saying no and saying yes.
Yes.
Does that make sense to all of you out there? If not, let me know if you have questions. And Karezza, how does that land on you?
Oh, yeah, I think it's beautiful. I think it's necessary to evolve and to expand in our own lives. Because there is a lot when, when you're in connection with someone, sexually or not, there is a bond there. There is an energetic bond. And if you don't, if you do break away from each other, you can still feel that, energetic connection. And sometimes it's really hard to let that go and to to let that go, to allow something more, something better, something more on your level to come through. And to be aware of that.
Yeah. And this may sound very woo-woo, right? We're talking about energetics, but there is a science, okay? When you are engaging in certain physical sexual acts, or you're engaging in releasing orgasmic energy and playing with orgasmic and sexual energy, what is released inside you and your partner, in your body, the chemicals are the same bonding hormones and chemicals like that of the mother's breast milk. So there's actually a scientific bonding that does happen when we relate in certain ways. And then once something that's really alive for me right now, and I'm like literally shaking, I'm having a hard time today. I have a lot of anxiety, and now I think I just figured out why. The cords with our DNA, our lineage, the bloodline. I am right now, I've had to cut a cord with my bio mom, and I'm going through a lot of feelings, and there's a lot of stuff coming up around that. One of the big points of it is like, we share DNA, like I came out of this woman's body. And so for all of us out there, doing energetic work and cord cutting work, or even taking the time to really get familiar with your energy body and where your energy body is in relationship to your bio parents' energy body could be very valuable information, because we're carrying a lot of that. It's not like we can read our DNA, like, oh, I'm still carrying, but there are these tools and these practices that help us to drop into what are the emotional storylines, or just the stuff. What is the stuff and your relationship to your parents? Because we are often, in every other relationship in our life, romantic or not, we are working through stuff from our original relationship. The first relationship we ever had is that of with our parents. It's a pretty big deal.
And I actually think there's a connection even deeper, with generation upon generation as well. That, going back to, where you originally came from in Europe or other lands, where maybe some of your personality traits, some of these deep rooted issues come from as well. As I think it's not just from the parents, but their parents, and the parents of those parents, going down the line. And it's about really kind of not necessarily cutting it, but maybe like restructuring it, letting go some of these issues, and creating a new generation for yourself and for others, for your own family, so it doesn't repeat itself. And that's quite interesting, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's many. I'm not as fluent, in that, but I've definitely seen, and there's a lot of people out there, that as they say, like 7 generations, there's a certain amount of generations they say we carry, here.
Yeah.
And I can, so when I drop in, especially on your moon, just gotta put that out there, when you're on your moon cycle, menstrual cycle.
Yeah.
It is a great time to see what's going on in my DNA. What have I carried into this world? We carry so much information and so many stories right inside of our own being. And they're all playing a role and running the show. Like, so it's like, it would really do us some good to get to know them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to all of you out there, is there?
Yeah. I wanted to just go back. We have Kurt, Terry, and someone from Germany with us.
Yay!
Yay! Also, Terry, I had brought up, what does Valentine's Day bring up for you? And she had answered, a reminder to love myself and to show more affection for my longtime spouse and best friend. So, thank you. Yeah, very sweet. Yeah.
I feel like Valentine's Day, it definitely, I don't want to just be this way just on Valentine's Day. It definitely inspires me and reminds me like, wow, here are some areas like I could really be working at every day forever, and it would feel really good because why not? Why not let ourselves love that much?
Yeah. It's not just one day, but it's every day. You should love yourself, love another, you know, with everything you've got, really, because you never know. You never know what, you know, tomorrow or what the next moment will bring. You could be dead. Something could happen. So, you know, not to be like negative, but that's just the way things happen. You never know. You're living in the unknown. You know, you don't know what moment to moment is going to bring. And, you know, to be able to say, I love you, to show what love is, to receive love with or without a partner is so important, you know, for everyone around, and to feel, you know, not only that, but knowing that the love that we have is the love of everyone and universal love. So it's not just the love of a parent or whomever you're with, or whether you're single or not. It's about everyone, you know, as a collective, as an energy, you know, being connected to the world.
Yeah, it's actually one of the things I was just saying to a love of mine that lives at a distance. You know, even if I don't have someone to celebrate with, um, the energy fields, like if you think about how many people in the world right now are thinking about love. Whoa, right? Like I just like, oh my goodness, you know, just feeling that and dropping into that. And I definitely, to the rest of you, all of you out there, you know, so if you're single, type in, you know, single. If you're partnered, type in partnered. And I'm curious, what are you doing to celebrate love? How are you
Ooh.
going to self? How are you inspired? Like, are there specific things you're going to be doing, or are there things like new heart installments that you are installing today that are going to go the rest of the year? What can we do to be that much more loving to ourselves and those around us? Yeah, 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 yeah. What do you guys do? I know for me, is my thing still there? Hello?
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
okay,
here.
sorry. It made a weird noise.
Oh,
I definitely, as a single person, I want to create some romantic ritual for myself. And I'll be preparing essentially for our event next weekend. And I'm gonna take myself on like a full chakra cleansing, clearing, and calling
um,
in.
oh, Candace,
Yeah.
sorry. I think you're frozen again because
Oh
you're not
no.
moving on the screen.
Yeah, and I'm always moving, so
So,
hold on one second.
sorry.
I'll be right back, guys. You can entertain them.
Yeah. Hi, guys. So, what are the juicy rituals or activities or fun games and things that you do to celebrate love? with or without a partner? Sorry. There you go. There you go.
Yay. Am I
It's
back?
like hearing.
Yay.
I got a comment. I like romantic rituals from someone in Germany.
Yay. Are you going to be creating a romantic ritual for yourself or someone else?
Yeah, he's single, recently single, post breakup.
Okay. Cool. Well, get out the roses, get out the honey, get the chocolate, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm concocting a list for myself right now, you guys, and I need your help. So, how are we all going to do this?
Yes. Ooh. Chocolate covered strawberries and licking chocolate off your body.
Which you can do with yourself.
Yeah.
I like to, and actually, one of the things you can do is like a cleansing. They have edible body paint, or you can use, chocolate syrup, and you can write on your body as well. And if you look in the mirror and just spend that time with yourself in the mirror, and yeah. Do you spend time in the mirror with yourself, Karezza?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I love it.
What do you do in the mirror?
I love dressing up sexy and wild and colorful and funky and loving, just loving myself as I am, whether people, and some people may not like it or think it's weird, but I've always loved myself as I am. It's just what I love, that's who I am. And I'm artsy and creative and fun and playful. So yeah.
And to all you guys, that question goes to you too. Do you spend time in the mirror, and not just to put on your makeup or shave? Do you really spend time appreciating yourself in the mirror? And if you don't, or if you try to and other things come up, there's so many beautiful healing tools and things you can do, especially around if you feel like you have a negative body image stories, or any negative toxic talk about yourself you have going on. Doing work on that in the mirror, that's one of the things as a blind person I so miss being able to do that work in the mirror with myself. Yeah, you can
I got, oh, sorry.
No, yeah.
I got a comment. I like to look into my eyes and see the deeper who I am. Yeah.
That's actually what I was just saying.
Yeah.
Is the looking into your eyes, it's amazing. Is so much will come up. That is definitely, if you have never sat with your energy body and you don't know your chakra system and where you may be stuck or don't understand cords and all this stuff, if you look yourself in the eyes in the mirror, you'll probably get a good view of some stuff that's stuck and things going on in there. Yeah. Yeah. I love mirror work.
And I think another thing that's really beautiful to do, like self-love, with self-love, is to have a beautiful bath or shower and to really love, to feel the sensations and all you are, and to really relax and put a candle on, or you know, and really bask in who you are and honor thyself. And yeah, because this is you, and you know, you're beautiful, you're part of it all, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. Self-love, 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 self-love. Um, on the tantric side of what I've been talking about with cord cutting and clearing and cleansing. One of the, Karezza and I will often refer back to sex a lot. You'll hear that with us. And that's because the way we think and we see, and the way I approach Tantra and all the work that I do, is sex as being the core essence of who we are. And so taking the time to connect with who we are sexually, which doesn't have to involve your genitals or another human, can really, really help you get. It's like it helps you open up a door, a layer of intimacy and vulnerability with yourself. And it will help you. So like it's almost like you think about it, like if this is the core of who we are down here, and this is what we need to bloom open for the rest of us to actually survive if this is closed, and so I do a lot of work with using our sexual energy, our creative energy, the most powerful
Yes.
energy in the world,
Yeah.
to help us in moving out negative thought patterns, stuck love patterns, whatever it is.
And also the throat.
Mm-hmm.
Such an important, if you're talking about chakras and energy, to be able to move the energy up, you have to be able to, you know, make noises and, you know, get and open that, and communicate and allow things to come through, even if it's difficult and if it's stuck. I mean, this is a big way to let go and release as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That it's hard for a lot of people, that chakra, or that area. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sounding, letting our voice be
Yeah.
heard. Yeah, I'm personally experiencing a huge and standing up to my mom,
Yeah.
it's like it was amazing, like in the days building up to it, there was like tension like here, and then it moved here, and then it was
Oh,
here, and
yeah.
it was just like, whoa.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now it's entire. I feel like, yeah, there's this release, there's this expansion in my throat that's happened.
Wow.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. And but I
Yeah.
gotta keep stretching it, honestly,
Yeah.
like that's the thing, like sounding, singing, sounding.
Yeah.
When you're eating, when you're pleasuring, let yourself be heard. Like really
Yes.
be heard. It
And
may
make
sound
noise.
silly, but it
Yeah.
will help you
Really.
communicate in every other area of your life.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, though, like I always, you know, you talk about communication. You know, it's hard to communicate, and I think a lot of people, like with sex, for instance, a lot of people have a lot of issues talking about it. They cannot be open. They're not open, or they have traumas or blocks. And I think a lot of it has to do with that vocal, that area. And if you can't talk about sex, honestly, what can you talk about? Like, it should, like, sex is, to be able to talk about sex is so important. It's everything. It's part of life. It's what we're born from. It's our birthright to experience beautiful, sexual pleasure, it's everything. And yet people cannot talk about it, or they'll talk about it in a non-grounded way, in a negative way, or because it's been repressed so much. They don't know how to talk about it. So this is a big, lovely, big topic. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
So
That's definitely one of those things that I think as a humanity, we all are carrying some level of not having a voice sexually, because it's, where sex positivity and all this stuff, we're in a whole new world when it comes to being able to be sexually liberated. And so we all have our stuff when it comes to that. That's for sure. But yeah, it's sad how easy and how common it is to for a lot of people to be in a relationship and still not talk about sex, and be in a romantic relationship and have intercourse and not talk about it. Like, that's just normal. I can't do it.
Well, no, and it helps us expand. It helps you grow. Like, so you're not in the same place as where you were yesterday or a year ago, whatever. Do you really want to sit in the same place, not being able to have this, there's so much potential. You talk about potential energy. It's all there, but you need something to initiate it. You have all this possibility, but you're still there. You're still in the same place. And it's, how do I, what's the step to getting there? Where I can have this beautiful communication with sex, where I can get what I want, where I can experience orgasmic, orgasms, full-bodied orgasms, as well as, living orgasmically and bringing it through everything we do. And that's the conversation we should be having. Because it's really about moving and changing and growing and expanding from where you are. I mean, that's really the point. But that's really important. But it's your choice. It's a choice. Nobody forces anyone to do this. But it's a choice. So.
And it's, if we're in relationship with ourselves and to those around us, if we're not feeling like we can speak openly about our sexuality, you can trust that you're not going to be able to speak openly about a lot of things.
Yeah.
And when you open up that door, especially where sex it's such a vulnerable, it's a scary, vulnerable place.
It is.
I get it. I totally get it. It's scary. I mean, once you do it, oh my God. Like, everything else just like, it really, 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 really helps. Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, it is 12:30, so
cool. So I would love everyone, if you're not driving and you're able to take a moment to just breathe and be with me and Karezza, as I'm going to take you on a little journey inside your own body. And as things arise, I invite you to chime in the chat box, whether you are watching this now live or later. We're just going to go inside to our energy body and try to get a little bit closer and see if we can connect and see what's going on in there. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Bringing your attention and awareness down into your sits bones, into your pelvic floor, into your root chakra, seeing that bright red energy. And just being with and noticing. Taking a close look at that color red. Is it a light red? Is it dark? Is it spotty? Is it fluffy? Is it strong? How does your root chakra feel? How vibrant and alive. And bringing your attention and awareness up into your sacrum. Envisioning the color orange. And asking similar questions. And just taking note. How vibrant and alive is this color orange? Is it looking dull? How does it feel sensationally? How does it look visually? Coming up into your solar plexus, right around your navel, the color yellow. Noticing if your breath moves into your belly, really bringing your breath, attention, and awareness into each point. Maybe you notice there's not as much flow. Coming up into your heart in color green. And just noticing the sensations, the colors. Noticing if your breath goes all the way from your root up to your heart, or if it feels rocky, shifty, blocked. Coming up into your throat, the color blue. And just noticing, you can even use your hand to feel the sensation. No right, no wrong, just going inside. Finding your own pathway to feel yourself. And notice, what would your chakra body like to show you? Is the breath rising up to your throat? And bringing your attention and awareness up to your third eye in the color indigo, purple, violet. Notice the specificity of the color and the vibration and the sensation. Bring your breath all the way up to your third eye. Now bringing your attention and awareness up to your crown. Color white. And even at the idea of having a crown, Can you see it? Can you feel your connection to the divine, the white light? Take notice. Does your breath reach from your sits bones all the way up to your crown? And now just taking a couple breaths and scanning your entire chakra body from beginning to end and noticing. Can you breathe with ease? Can you feel your flow from your root to your crown? And back down. Can you connect from your crown to your root? Do your roots feel rooted? Please do type in anything you noticed, questions. And I'm curious, Karezza, what's going on in your energy body? What did you take note of? Were you able to feel? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I could bring my energy from my root to the crown chakra, and I feel very powerful at the moment. A lot of energy, a lot of strong, grounded energy moving. Yeah, like a
Mm.
lot.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yay.
feels good.
Mm.
Yeah.
And there's nothing bad or wrong if you don't notice or feel these things. This is just one of many ways we can go inside and communicate and relate to ourselves and one another. And maybe the language I used didn't work for you. Maybe just being here didn't work for you.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, was there anyone, if you are watching and you were able to join, I'd love to know how was that for you, and was it challenging? Were you able to see or feel or follow? Did anybody chime in, loves?
Annette Scott just chimed in and saying much love.
Mm. Thank you, Annette. Mm. Yeah, when I uh just dropping in, feels good, because it's like that was an example of just going in. We didn't cut any cords. We didn't try to make anything happen. We didn't call anything in. We didn't call anything out. We're
No.
just being. And not, we often don't give ourselves the time just to feel and be. I love active stuff. I love doing. I love the action steps.
Yeah.
This is one of the vital action steps that can be overlooked, is just feeling and being and connecting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know
Beautiful.
for me, I was gonna say, I know for me, like when I do something like this, like after the show, more will be revealed. Like because I just said yes to my body, now my body's going to say yes to me. And throughout the rest of my day, I will be given messages and guidance. And because I just connected and I opened up those doors, and um, So even if, when you do a practice like this, nothing comes through right away, it's okay. Um, it will come through. It's just everyone has their own processes.
And how was it for you,
Mm.
Candace?
My I'm feeling like there was a nice flow. Like I said, I am feeling stuck energy here.
Yeah.
I'm definitely still, I'm dealing with some stuck energy here. That's for
Sure.
sure.
Mhm.
And, but what my human mind and what my story is sometimes really there's nothing I need to do and often gets in the way. Um, just the sheer act of dropping in to recognize that I am an energy being, that I am
Yeah.
a light body being. It just creates this sense, this internal sense of like ease and grace where my head can just kind of like let go. Like all those things don't matter as much as they once did. Um, yeah.
Oh, Kurt's sent a comment. I found the halftime to be a challenge at first in the past, but I now close off the outside completely. No background noise, and I connect to your practice on a higher level and it comes through. It's very powerful to have this energy flow through me. Thank you, Kurt. Yeah.
I'm putting a crown on you. Thank you. If you didn't see a crown, well, I hope you do now because I put it there. Uh, oh, I'm happy. So happy to hear that. And yeah, please do, everyone. I always try to have a little practice for us. And so, if Friday's our day that you're able to drop in, just remember that at halftime there'll always be a practice. And if you need to cook and do other things throughout the rest of the show, try to give yourself that halftime to go in if you can. I really appreciate that, Kurt. And I,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. Yes, 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 yes. So if you didn't see, you could probably see in the comments here or on my page or Karezza's page, there is the event where you can come join us and we will be getting together as a group. And in the group event experience, um, so there'll be portions where I'll be guiding us, and everybody will be in their experience, led by me. And obviously, we're in different homes in Zoom world, so it'll be up to you to take care of yourself as best you can. Um, but Karezza will also be there too, so she'll be available, to help you as needed, while I'm leading things. And there'll also be portions where we'll be working together as a group in helping one another to cut cords. So you'll have opportunities to feel yourself in this practice with yourself, guided by myself and any support by Karezza as needed. And then we will have some opportunities as a group to support one another, as well as just connect and share. So I really do hope that you check that out. And also as a part of that, especially now that we're not going to be able to be there, this whole transition into the virtual world is wild. But the cool thing is, now you don't have to be in Connecticut or in New England to receive our magic. and that you can do it virtually. And so Karezza and myself have also created really reduced donation private sessions that you can get before and or after the event to help you in creating the most fulfilling environment for yourself at home and preparing for the event, as well as holding that space for you after the event and creating some aftercare and what's the word I was looking for the other day? Um, Integration. Yeah, integration. Yeah, like usually I do these events and everybody's here, and so I have all the linens and I, supply all the stuff, and then people don't leave until they're grounded and they're safe, and so we do everything that we can, and if you have any questions, like if you're like, I want to go, but how are you going to maintain safety? Or I have this need, or whatever it is, if you have questions about your needs being met at one of these events, reach out to either one of us and we will do our best to see if we can answer your questions or accommodate. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. So, what time is it, Liz?
It's 10 to 1.
10 to 1. So one other, since it seems like we do have some people here, I would love to, I like sharing tools, and everything I do, all the work that I do, underneath it is this intention to give you access to being your own healer and giving you, whatever you need so that you don't feel like you need me. Like remind you of what you got you, the divine got you, the universe got you, whatever it is. And one of the tools that I use is light touch. Light touch, as you've heard me mention it many a times before, is an amazing practice that brings us into our bodies in gentle, sacred, conscious ways, using whether it's a feather or our hands or different tools, and then activating our intentions, our prayers, our blessings with touch. And Jay Mayer has been an amazing friend as well as colleague and sponsor for this show, and he is the creator of Light Touch. Every day at 11:30 a.m. he hosts a open group completely free that you can come and join. And you don't have to do light touch. You don't have to know anything. You don't have to go to a class. You don't need a certificate. You don't have to be religious. You can just come and check it out, and there's different people there all the time. There's many love coaches of Love Coach Academy. I'm there every day, almost, just about every day. It's a really, really great place. So if you are curious about more information on that, get in touch with me or Jay Mayer. Daily practice. I don't think I could stress it enough, like how important it is to find your own daily practices, especially on this topic of calling in and creating what you want. Like, how do we become these magical manifestors? Finding out what that is for you and doing it all the time. What do you do, Karezza? What are some of your daily practices or spiritual?
Well, I love to incorporate games and dance and movement. And to me, that's what meditation is, or ritual to me, is like playing a game with myself or another, and really having a dance and getting into the body and shaking and moving and just having a fun time, especially when you're angry or, sad, or, it's so great to just put on some rock music or, something more upbeat and really, have a great time. Just allowing yourself to move and get into those feelings and let go and have fun, really.
Fun. I'm definitely like, that's something that's
Yeah.
like, okay, we need more fun, Candace.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's why we do the pop-up events as well. To incorporate play into, intimacy, into sex, but also into your own pleasure as a single, into everyday living. It's not always about sex and intimacy, but, about being able to just play and be in life,
Yeah.
and have fun. Yeah.
More fun.
So,
So,
yeah.
yeah, I'm definitely curious. That's another thing I'd love to know. So, how are you guys all out there incorporating and bringing fun into your Valentine's weekend, whether you're single or in relationship? And I think families too. I remember as a child, Valentine's still being a thing. It didn't have anything to do with relationships. So I think we could have some fun. I think Valentine's. That's what I want to do.
Awesome.
Yeah. So let us know, guys. Please do. I will be coming back and checking out all these comments and everything. And you should be able to find all the info you need to connect with us or check out the events. And on Facebook, if you're on Facebook or YouTube, you should be able to click the little follow button and change your notifications so you get all the notifications from me and Karezza. There's these pop-ups. They pop up. We don't plan them.
Yeah.
And so if you're there at that time, you could potentially join us. So keep watch.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yay.
That is another thing. So one of the things I'd love to bring alive with Fun Frolicking Friday and establish is having you guys on with us. So at about 10 minutes of the end of the show, I'd love to have some of you on to just say hi, share with us, share with the community, or if you need any support, this would be an opportunity for that as well. So get in touch with us if you'd like information and you'd like to join us next week. Or you can always let Karezza know in the chat box there, and we could possibly get you on during the show. But yeah, we are here for you.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And thank you to all of the comments and all the people watching out there. There's a lot going on today. It's lovely to see you, and really
Yay.
thank you for sharing and being vulnerable, and it's lovely. Yeah.
I'm so looking forward to going back and seeing all your comments.
Yeah.
Definitely thank you for that. And if it feels good to you, please do click the little share button and spread this out with others. Or you could just click the like or the heart, and it helps us in getting it out to others. That is much appreciated. And with that, I think that's our closing. Yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
Yay.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
everybody, and wish you a lovely, fantastic, juicy Valentine's weekend to all of you.
Yes. Call it all in. Celebrate you.
Yay! Celebrate love. Yeah. Okay.